All right, welcome everyone for the backstage. David Morgan, morganreport.com with Arturo Préstamo with Santacruz Silver. Arturo, we had a great discussion, and I just want to follow up a couple of things that hit my mind, and that is the Cimeton potential. I didn't pronounce it right. You might correct my pronunciation, but it sounds like this is something that really wasn't pursued in the most efficient manner, and no Santacruz will do it. So can you fill us in on that, please?
Absolutely, David. And yeah, as you very well point out, we're very excited about Cimapan and how things are turning from an exploration point of view. As I point out throughout our meeting, production is increasing from a tonnage point of view, in addition to head grades, as we keep advancing the Lomo del Toro area. Lomo del Toro is an area that was practically mined by the Spaniards in the 1500s, and it's a very high-grade area. Also was mined by Peñoles more recently in 1990. But since the last 10 years, that area was, let's say, halted and without any exploration activity. As Santacruz took over the mine, we started making some exploration with encouraging results at Lomo del Toro. So we clearly see an upside potential from this area that will give us additional head grades and more tonnage to the mill. Also, in addition to Lomo del Toro, which is our short-term exploration upside, as I would like to describe it, we have the Santa Gorgonia area. Santa Gorgonia is a gold and silver area within this group of claims that we acquired from Peñoles. And Santa Gorgonia has some, let's say, advanced exploration by Peñoles done in the late 2000, and it was 2006 when they did a thorough exploration here. And it's really promising because you have identified already a significant block for around 15 million tons with head grades of gold and silver on average of 2 grams of gold and 140 grams of silver. So our midterm exploration target will be for sure Santa Gorgonia. We believe, David, that this could be a mine on its own, but we still have, of course, a lot of homework to do there. And we're going to work diligently and disciplined into an exploration approach for Santa Gorgonia. But as we keep advancing in this mining unit, as we call it, we keep finding new and very positive and encouraging results from an exploration point of view. As we speak, the mine is moving forward in Carrizal mine and in Monte mine, the 2 producing mines within the group of claims, and we're excited as we believe that you will see quarter-over-quarter production increasing and head grades as well increasing as Lomo del Toro's ore is coming. I mean, in line to what we expected for the year end.
Very good. I just want to comment on that. Thank you. One of the criticisms I get from some members, subscribers to the premium service is, well, you know, this company's been on the list for a while, you know, and they want like the pick of the week or the junior of the day or whatever. And that's not how I invest. I mean, they're paying me for my expertise, my connections or whatever. And, you know, this is why Santacruz Silver has been on there for a while. I mean, we've had a strong relationship, but it's not, relationships are extremely important in this business or any business. But beyond that, it's what can, you know, it's show me, don't tell me what you have. And then there could be these pauses. The market does what it does, which we don't have any control over, but there's a lot of growth potential here. And that's the point I want to make. And it's a steady eddy. It's not get rich quick. It's get more silver, which is true wealth out of the ground, higher head grades, more of it in, let's say, a manner that makes sense without going, you know, going too fast, maybe, you know, where you could borrow too much money or borrow at the wrong time, or whatever. So having said all that, I'm very happy to have Santacruz on the list for a long time, as I have some others. So any other growth arenas that you want to talk about?
Well, David, we're active, as I was pointing on our previous event that we thankfully we participated, and we thank you and all your team for having us there. Yeah, I mean, we're always reviewing alternatives to keep growing from an acquisition approach, from an acquisition standing point of view, and we want to do this without dilution to our shareholders in a most efficient manner. We are reviewing different alternatives, and hopefully we can achieve something in the near term, and we'll keep looking for ways to improve the company's return to our investors' investment, and keep growing the company, always looking for our investment community.
Very good. How do you see silver in Mexico? I mean, Mexico is one of the largest producers.
Right.
You know, I get a little bit of feedback of, you know, investors worry, and it's common, you know, they worry about a lot short term, what's the next quarter's earnings, are we going to make it or not? And I don't hear that much in the mining business, but I do hear, you know, I'm worried about Mexico because the political change, and I tell them there really isn't a big worry. We know politicians worldwide. I hate to speak for the Mexican politicians, so you could back me up or not.
I fully agree with
you. They
you.
say something and it's very seldom implemented. And we know NAFTA is an agreement that's been in effect for a long time. So for a new politician to come in and break that agreement would be pretty darn difficult. So would you just like to comment on that for our viewers, please?
Right. Well, actually, as you point out, David, politicians and our today's president is not the exception. They said things that sometimes they didn't really have a full intention to really execute on those premises. But I do believe that as we're seeing lately. The initiatives for the mining industry are more, and let me say, sorry, let me go one step behind. The Mexican Mining Chamber has done an amazing job to make more conscious around our our House of Senate and whatnot of the industry, right? And I think that the approach from the government is more friendly now than the previous years, as they were making very harsh remarks about the industry, and I really think that that there's no reason to be afraid of any harsh initiatives towards the industry here in Mexico. I don't see that happening. As you point out, politicians are making statements that they are, not exactly what they will be executing on, and I think that this is an industry for the country which is the fourth largest industry. So I don't foresee any negativeness from politicians in the next coming year, and not for sure. In any means similar to what we saw in the energy industry, right? Which that was hard. So I think the mining industry will be strong and will keep growing here in the country. That's my personal approach.
Yeah. Well, you're pretty much in line with the others I've asked that are, you know, that I interview or have a relationship with or are part of the recommendations in the Morgan report. So moving on, I think we've covered everything I want. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that we'd like the audience to know about either Santacruz Silver, the industry in general, the economy, anything you want to talk about?
Well, David, I will just like to thank your audience for giving me the opportunity to share our story, and just invite them to keep stay tuned with what we have of news coming. I think we are in a very exciting stage for the company right now, and there's more to come to keep value and create value for our shareholders.
Very good. It's always good to see you, even if it is only by Zoom. And I wish
That's
you
right.
personally and Santacruz Silva the very best. And
Thank you, David. Thanks so much. Thanks very much, as always. It's a pleasure.